This is, I suppose this is probably the reason why I get a signal a couple of years ago to get rid of all the communications. And I've known this since I was a child, because when we're communicating back and forth with each other using a textual format of, well, I'll just give you an example. I put up on a guy's site, which is Raja Devu. And so he presents holographically, or by virtue of how he communicates to us, if you will, the guarding materials that came out. So I'm very familiar with that. Okay. And so there was a technique that's involved that starts out holding hands. So I've done videos on how we hold hands. And so I was describing in a comment, because I heard part of the technique, which is an indigo technique, of how we hold hands, slow the breathing tempo down, close our eyes, and go deep into our heart and soul to experience the essence of who we truly are. And when we're holding hands, heart to heart, spirit to spirit, essence to essence, breathing with the first breath of Kemaloati, then we are experiencing as a circle of fire. The circle of fire. We are experiencing the first circle of fire because we are all breathing at the exact same magnetic moment. Because the completion of a circle of fire, the completion of that circuit, is synchronized, if you will. In other words, we're all experiencing I am at the exact moment to experience the exact firing order, which is the divine right firing order, which is divine right timing. So we're all experiencing no time through our heart and our soul, eyes to eyes, spirit to spirit, essence to essence. We're all experiencing the true essence, the true spirit of the first sun, which is the first breath. So when I had mentioned that, right, I received a message back. And now we get into the AI battlefield environment, how that relates to the victim-victimizer experiment, how that relates to Goo code transfer, and how long it takes to transmute black Goo codes that are held within all the cellular memories that we're connected to in the universal, galactic, and planetary memory banks. Because you know the one, the first field, the God consciousness field of first creation, has access to every memory bank, which is every code that is still held in memory of what we're experiencing as a result of being exposed to those codes, which is the machine code, which is the Metatronic seed code. Now, how long it takes for every unit of consciousness in the entire cosmos to experience being one, breathing with the first cell, the first seed. That's a measurement, which is a scale, which is a speed at which transmutation is taking place to experience the one, the first sun, the first rays of light. So that's what I was trying to explain, because that's what I'm experiencing in me, because I've done that many, many, many times as a healing practice, which is a spiritual practice to experience being one, because that's a circle of light, which is a circle of fire joined as one. So I responded to him to remind him this is how the battlefield is played out, through artificial timelines, communicating through an artificial platform with each other, because this platform, the platform that we're using, that identity was communicating to me, cannot translate that spirit's essence. I don't know that spirit's essence because I'm not in the physical presence in a moment, in the single moment, to experience the essence, the true essence of that spirit, because the black goo, the black mirror, has no feelings. So something that has no feelings cannot translate your essence, Rajadu. And therefore, your essence, your true spirit, your true solar rishi, experiencing the one, which is experiencing pure, eternal, absolute love, which is the purest energy there is, because that's the purest love there is. The unique essence of your identity cannot be translated and communicated to me through that text. So I don't know your true essence. I only know what you communicate through a black mirror, the text. So you understand it's reversed. When the consciousness is reversed, much like the way that I described how the game of baseball works with a double diamond, and how that relates to sixes and nines, which is the mathematical visual landscape of holographic processors, which are mathematical programs, which is mathematical programming. The Google apps. So I kept this simple because I mentioned this to Patty. When I went to the island of Kauai a couple years ago, and as soon as I got off that plane, the first thing I wanted to do was to hit the beach where all the crystal stereo receivers and transmitters are, plant my bare feet on the soil. And when I did that, what do you think happened? Now I'm experiencing Mama's essence, Mama Eartha, the earth, the essence of Gaia's spirit. I was experiencing Gaia's essence and what it feels like at the completion of a magnetic moment to experience the essence of her spirit. So I know the essence of that spirit because I am feeling the essence and know her spirit. So that's the battlefield, is the mental field that is sick. So that's why I've mentioned this before, and I told Karen Ann McDonald, I am not going to argue with you over what's true and what's not true, because that's the infection. That is the victim-victimizer Borgia matrix quarantine infection. That's why coming in here was a risk. Remember? Of being exposed to the codes, which are the visual mathematical codes, to experience being one again, which is a gain of function. A gain. The first A, the first one, the first spirit. So I try and keep this simple. I know. Experience being loved. So I experience being loved because I am what love is. A beloved. So have a beautiful day. We love you all. Be good to our inner breathing cells. Kem aloha tea.